So how the jalapeno poppers, man?
Mate, they are delicious.
You can't stop even though.
I'm a sucker for punch. I'm going to have to take the shovel, run up that hill pretty soon, I reckon.
Spicy in, spicy out.
Yeah.
All right, so today we're going to tell you the story of the Ronda. Now, before I tell you the story, remember, enter the code word somewhere in this episode to win a copy of my cookbook. I'll be giving it away to a random commenter. So, yeah, you can rig it if you want. I don't care. It's my competition. That's a great thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So just, yeah.
So am I using the code word, am I?
Yeah. You can think of the code word at some stage in this episode, and I'll put it up.
Oh, I already know the code word.
Yeah. I think we both know the code word.
Yeah.
All right. So this little cocktail came to be on a trip in the Pilbara. It's the first trip we ever did together. No, second trip we ever did together. A third. Shit.
Third? Was it third?
Because we did full drive action. Then we did that mud trip.
That's right.
And then we did the Pilbara trip.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. It was my first time properly filming like any kind of adventure. And I was very impatient on that trip, if you remember correctly.
You were.
I was extremely impatient. I didn't have any time for filming. I was like, F this.
So we get to this spot called Cowgan Pool, and there was this wicked hill, and I was like, oh, we're going to get wheel lifts and all kinds of stuff. So let's set up the cameras, and then next thing you know, I had the camera out, set it up. Harry's on the other side, the fire's going.
We were 100 metres from camp, and he wanted to do another shot, and I was like, I am not waiting half an hour. It's obviously already dark. I needed to get a fire on, get my camp oven in. I had some slow cooked food to do for dinner, and I was like, bugger this shot, bugger you, I'm off. So I just drove on, and anyway, a few days later, a few days of finding darkness in camp, finding camp in darkness, that's the one, we were knackered. We were all absolutely shattered. Do you remember that? We spent the day at Carawine Pool.
Yes.
Carawine Gorge, sorry. And we were camping at Running Waters, and we were just all shattered. And I was like, I'm going to make some sort of a drink for the afternoon, and I'm going to add caffeine to it because we're all buggered. So I had this little 12-volt coffee machine, and I made basically a dark and stormy. So you get a little bit of rum.
I've actually got the photo of the exact cup you handed to me. Remember, I had a camera in my hand, and I was like, hang on, just hand it to me again.
That's right.
Like
I've got that photo.
So it's a POV.
Yeah, we'll put that on the screen for sure. Now, I used a shot of espresso, and it was very foamy. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It kept foaming up.
It was creamy, it was nice though.
Yeah, cold brew coffee works much better, so a little bit of cold brew in there. Optional, which I didn't use, but I've found is quite good, is a touch of bitters. But
ooh, you're changing it up.
Yeah, so it's similar to a dark and stormy. We call it a dark and horny.
Blokes on bloke.
And then a bit of ginger ale. We tried adding lime to it, and it made it really, 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 really foamy. So that's the Ronda basically as we made it, and it's a good drink. You've had them plenty of times. Now the reaction of the Ronda was, that's why it became the Ronda, because Ronny Dahl turned into Ronda Dahl. He was the life of the party. Not drunk, just suddenly all of us had this huge injection of energy, and just like, yes, like we had one drink, and then we had to get back to camp. So none of us were anywhere close to the limit, but just the whole mood in camp changed. And it's happened time and time again, like end of a big fishing trip and you've been in the sun all day, and you're like, you get back and you're like, I'm cooked. And help me, Ronda.
Well, yeah.
Help me, Ronda.
That's my little thing I say to Harry at the full drive shows when I'm like just exhausted.
Just flat as a pancake.
He's flat as a pancake, yeah.
Help me, Ronda.
Yep, next minute.
Remember we gave under Graham?
Yeah. Oh my God.
We gave under Graham.
That was in that tent there. He was in here. Yes, there's some photos we cannot show.
We cannot show that. I've since modified the Ronda, and
oh yeah,
it's a damn good drink. I don't use the bitters when I use this. So this is Jameson Irish whiskey.
So you got a whiskey one now. I was wondering what it was out.
Yeah, so Jameson and dry go really well together. So I thought, well, one day I just didn't have any rum, and I was like, well, I like Jameson. I usually just have it on the rocks. But I know that Jameson and dry go really well together, so I thought, well, bugger it. Dry is dry ginger ale. So I just did that. So I did cold coffee, Jameson, and dry. And so that's not a dark and horny, it's something completely different. But have a crack at this. You've just tried the traditional.
Yeah.
Have a crack at that. See what you reckon.
We need to stir anything first?
Yeah, you know, the usual. This is how you get COVID.
Neither of us had it yet either.
I know. If we get COVID, I'll put it on the screen.
Different.
It's
and good. I can taste the coffee more.
yeah,
And it's lacking a little bit of sweetness because of the rum
yes,
in that one, right?
yep. So it's a little bit less sweet.
I'd say that's your
That's me.
upmarket
Yeah,
Ronda.
but they're not even
And
like this.
What would you call that one?
What's an Irish Ronda?
A Jamie? Jaundice? Actually, that's a disease. Sorry about
Ashland or something.
Blunder. Blunder.
This is the Dublin Ronda.
The Dublin Ronda.
The
I
Dublin
like it.
Ronda. Anyway, the best bit about this is I've got the funniest still that I grabbed from that, and I think I made a meme of it at used it for a meme at
Have
some
you?
point. Yeah, and it was you making tacos or nachos after a few more Rondas.
Okay.
Back at camp,
Ooh, I don't remember this.
he used one implement to both cook and eat it, and that was your knife.
The thing is, we're not going to use the sour cream for anything else over the next day, so you may as well eat it all, otherwise you're wasting it. Oh yeah.
Which is pretty standard.
That's
for you.
pretty standard, yeah.
But there were definitely a few Rondas leading up to this cooking segment, and it was just great. Like it went from being like a, okay guys, yep, we went down this track and we found a thing, and then this is a lovely view, and to, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are cooking nachos.
Rightio, tonight we're going to have nachos. Chili con carne nachos. I'm going to add some Carolina Reaper to it. Shh, don't tell everyone else.
It was great. It was a really good segment, and there were a lot of comments being like, "Oh, a couple of tins went into that cooking segment," and they were correct. There were a few tins that went into that cooking segment, but it was great. We ended up having like one every time we were tired at the end of the day. Like roll into camp, obviously late.
It was like every day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
We're doing really long days, and you like roll in. You're like, I cannot be asked. Cooking dinner, setting up my swag, blah blah blah. Help me, Rhonda, and off we go.
That is so good, and I've even started making them myself. And
Yeah, and you can have a virgin Rhonda.
A what?
Virgin Rhonda.
A virgin Ronda.
Without the booze.
Oh.
Just have, ginger ale, bit of cold brew.
Yep.
It's great.
The thing is, the other thing that's good about it is you can vary the strength of it.
Yeah.
So if you're planting yourself at camp, why not add a bit more of this?
Totally. Absolutely. Otherwise, you want to sleep.
Yeah, that's it. And look, if it's in the morning,
Yeah.
not condoning the morning stuff, but you put a lot less rum in it, just so you can just taste it. It's a bit like cooking with rum,
Little
right?
bit of hair of the
Cooking
dog.
rum here,
A little bit of hair of the dog.
and then a lot more of the coffee though,
Yeah.
and it'll give you a different kind of kick.
Yeah. Look, it's definitely not for everyone. It's quite a weird taste. It's definitely an acquired taste, but it's one that we have well and truly acquired, and a lot of my mates have too. So there's a story of the Ronda.
At what age were you when you had your first coffee?
Oh, maybe 13 or 14.
Okay.
Yeah, you? You were late.
33.
I'm 33.
Are you 33 now?
I'm 33.
Do you know what my first coffee was?
What?
The missus was shaking her head. A triple espresso. And the buzz that got off that, I was hooked. It was coffee every day since then.
So you were pretty new to coffee even then?
Yeah.
Because that was what, 6 years ago?
No, it's 10 years ago now, mate.
No. I mean, that trip, you were only 4 years in.
Yeah, I was only 4 years into coffee, yeah. But then my old business partner from another business life out of the YouTube world, he introduced me to the extra large long macchiato.
Ah, yes.
Oh my God, that's like 5 or 6 shots in that.
Yeah.
That was the good one.
Yeah.
Just worst thing to do is have it in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's bad.
Because you ain't sleeping.
Yeah. And I remember the coffees you used to make at camp, and they were like tar.
Yeah.
You were a very tarry coffee drinker.
Yeah, I am, yeah. It's, yeah.
Right,
Molten.
so code word for this episode is clearly Rhonda.
Yeah.
So type the code word down below to win a book, and we'll see you in the next one after this Rhonda. We're filming for Channel 7 right now.
I think Rhonda's coming back. I think Rhonda's coming back. We're back. We're back, folks.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's start the fire.
Rhonda's a way better driver. More right boot.